Alright, here we are with the Mortal Kombat 1 review. I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible, but I want to make sure I cover everything, because there's a lot to say about this game, and I want to make sure I say it fairly, because this game does a lot right for me personally, but I understand that just because it does something right for me doesn't mean it does something right for everyone. So I just want to say my personal rating of this game is honestly a 10 out of 10. Now that's my personal rating. And you may be wondering, that's stupid to have an actual rating and a personal rating. Here's what you gotta understand. I am not a casual player, so I can't see this game from the eyes of a casual player. I don't care about offline. I don't ever plan on really playing offline that much. I'm only here to simply play the game online and get as good as possible at the game. And I understand that most people aren't like that, right? So when I say this game is a 10 out of 10 for me, I mean all I want to do is those things, right? Just play the game against other people and get better at it. That's all I want to do. And because of the way this game works, there's so much to get better at, you know, between your character, you know, and characters in this game have a lot of moves. They're really set up compared to the way they were in MK11. You know, take your character in MK11 and then look at him in MK1. He's probably has like 3 to 5 times the amount of stuff, you know. And then you have the cameos on top of that. You know, just actually learning and playing the game, there's so much here. And that's why I would give it a 10 out of 10, for me personally, because I can see myself playing this game for like a year and still learning new stuff with cameos and all that. But most people aren't like that. So, what would I give the game then? To someone who is just buying the game to play offline, you know, maybe play with their friends, but they're not really going to play online matches, you know. What would I give this game? Well, honestly, I think that I would give it a 7. Now, why would I give it a 7, right? Because, I mean, a 7 isn't bad, right? You know, 5 out of 10 means the game is directly in the middle. It's not good or bad, right? So 7 out of 10 is obviously above that, right? So why am I giving it a 7, right? Well, here's why I'm giving it a 7. Because you have to compare it to the previous game, right? And the previous game was cheaper than this game, and overall it offered you more. Okay, and that's really where the 7 out of 10 comes from. Yes, this game, okay, here's the thing. Mortal Kombat 11 has some of the worst gameplay I have ever felt in a fighting game. It is one of the most stale fighting games I have ever played in my life. And that's why MK1 is so special, because it's MK1's entire objective is to reverse what they did in MK11. And they've already said this, right? They said that they understand how limited MK11 was, and their goal is to make sure that this game is the exact opposite, right? And that was their whole goal with this game, is to, you know, fix the gameplay problems of MK11 and make Mortal Kombat a cool game again and not a very boring game. Because MK11 is one of the most boring games I've ever played in my life. But as an overall package, you know, are you getting your money's worth? with MK11, even though I would say MK11 is the worst Mortal Kombat game besides like Mortal Kombat 1, are you getting your money's worth with MK11? You definitely were. When that game came out and you paid $60, you were getting your money's worth. And here's the thing, this game, Mortal Kombat 1, is $70. So it's actually more than MK11 was. Are you getting your money's worth with this game? I feel like there are a lot of people who are getting their money's worth with this game. But you have to take into consideration, if you are enjoying this game, that's great. Because I know I am. But when you're rating the game, you have to take into serious consideration that this game has half of the content that MK11 did at launch. So, that's really where the 7 out of 10 comes from. And here's the thing, I could see myself playing this game for a very long time. I can see myself genuinely dying before I ever play MK11 ever again. That's how little I want to play that game. I feel like I could die of old age before I ever touch that game again. Right? But even saying that, MK11 gave you a more of a bang for your buck. It really did. Now for me, personally, that doesn't matter to me because, again, I'm not playing offline anyways. You know, the online is where it's at. And MK11 had nothing to offer online because the gameplay was so stale. So, obviously I didn't like MK11. And I know a lot of players did not like MK11, right? And I understand that there are actually a lot of players that don't like MK1 because they came from MK11. A lot of MK11 brought a lot of new players, right? And really, it kind of tainted the image of Mortal Kombat because a lot of people think that MK11 is what Mortal Kombat is, when Mortal Kombat hasn't been a game like that since Mortal Kombat 2, you know? Ever since MK3 came out, Mortal Kombat has been a crazy fast, absolutely lunatic game, right? They've all been crazy games in their own ways. And MK11 removed every single ounce of that craziness. And it brought in a lot of new fans that now believe that Mortal Kombat 11 is true Mortal Kombat, when really it's not. You know, like I said, Mortal Kombat hasn't been that tame and that slow since Mortal Kombat 2. You know. But, at the same time, I know a lot of people are disappointed because when you don't look at the gameplay and you take the overall game as a package, as a whole, you're getting way more value in MK11. And I'm not talking about MK11 now, I'm talking about launch MK11. I'm only comparing the launch version of MK11. So, let's get into what MK11 has and what MK1 doesn't have. MK11 had a story mode, right? MK1 also has a story mode. And I will say, Mortal Kombat 1's story mode is such high quality. They really stepped up their quality. And even MK11 was really high quality, but this game just took it to another level. Mortal Kombat 1's story mode is incredible. It's amazing. It's literal insanity, and it's very entertaining. So Mortal Kombat 1's story mode is better than MK11's, okay? So then let's go to the next mode, online. They both have online, they both have ranked. Although the rank system is pretty bad in both games, to be fair, the rank system is pretty bad in both of these games. It does have ranked, it does have casual. But you know what this game doesn't have? You know what this game doesn't have and MK11 has? Do you know what Mortal Kombat 9 has? Do you know what Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe has that this game doesn't? Room matches. You cannot create a room in this game. Remember how in MKX, MK9, MK11, and MK versus DC Universe, you can create a room where, like, you know, 30 people can, like, sit in a room, and they can just challenge each other. And they can talk, and yeah, that's not in this game. The only way to get a group of people together in this game is King of the Hill. And obviously in King of the Hill, you can only have one match going at a time. There are no additional modes. There's no tag team, there's nothing like that. To be fair, MK11 didn't have any of that, but I'm just saying the previous games did, like MK9 had tag team. So, there are no additional modes. There are no room matches, so you can't have a group of your friends together unless you're playing King of the Hill. But obviously the downside with King of the Hill is you can only have one match going at a time in the entire room, and everyone has to watch that match. So yeah, this game doesn't have rooms. This game doesn't have crossplay. Now, MK11 did have crossplay after launch. It was an update. So yeah, that's absolutely ridiculous that Mortal Kombat 11 did not have crossplay at launch. It got it as an update a few months later. It was one of the first fighting games to have crossplay years ago. And this game doesn't have crossplay at launch. They did confirm that this game is getting crossplay, but it's just crazy to me that MK11 got it all those years ago, even if it wasn't at launch, and this game couldn't include it, when every other fighting game has it now. It's now a normal feature in every fighting game to have crossplay. But this game didn't do that. So, this game is missing rooms from online and crossplay, which is now a standard feature in fighting games, which MK11 literally started, pretty much. What else is this game missing? Well, does MK11 have a crypt? Yes, it does. It has one of the craziest crypts of all time. It's a full-on adventure mode. This game does not have a crypt. MK11 has Towers of Time. Does this game have Towers of Time? Yes, but it's worse in every way. So, yeah. Why is Towers of Time worse in this game? Well, in this game, it's called Invasions, right? And pretty much, it looks like the crypt, but it's not really anything like the crypt, right? It is their replacement for the crypt, but it's not really the crypt. It's just Towers of Time and the crypt combined into one. And it's incredibly boring. Incredibly boring. I'm going to show gameplay of that in a second. But it's very, very boring. Pretty much all you do, it's a board game, right? And you move, think of it like Mario Party. But imagine if you played Mario Party, right? But every single space on the board was another fight. And you couldn't get to the next space without doing the previous fight. It's tedious, it's not fun. Maybe if you enjoy offline modes, maybe you'll have fun, maybe. But I played Invasions, I completed the season, because they are season-based, and that they will completely reset when the season ends, and you'll lose all your progress. I got the giant reward at the end, which is like this really cool scorpion skin. And then yeah, I'm done with the mode, I don't want to play it. So yeah. Overall, Mortal Kombat 11 at launch had a crypt, a story mode, online with room matches, and Towers of Time. This game at launch has a story mode, which is better than MK11, online matches with worse functionality, and a bootleg Towers of Time crypt mode. Now, Towers of Time was a disgusting grind, sure, but you saw the rewards you got in Tower of Time. You don't see the rewards you get in Invasion. You can't see what you're grinding for. It's all randomly generated. So you could be playing a character and never get a skin for it, because it's just random. It's randomly generated. In Towers of Time, it told you exactly what you would get. So you could be like, oh, I'm not even going to do this, because I don't even play this character. Not this game. You just have to keep playing until you get something you want. Not great. However, there is a shop where you can buy most of the items that you get from Invasions. You see that currency I just got, that white currency? You can buy a lot of items with that currency. So, and those items are items that you can get from Invasions. So, as you can see here, I hit rank 3 in ranked, and I got this really cool scorpion skin. You're going to see that right here. See that? That's what you get for playing ranked. If you play Invasions, which is this mode right here, you can get a version of that skin. So if you're not good at online, you can get the skin for free, but you have to play this terrible mode. So here's the mode. Look at this, right? So, oh, I leveled up. You know, I got some experience points. You know, you can level up your stats. Okay, it's a board game. So, this is what you do. You look at the board. You... Oh, wait. Oh, I'm leveling up. I'm leveling up, guys. I'm leveling up here. Oh, maybe I'm not. Oh, there we go. I'm leveling up, guys. Oh, there we go. Put it into attack. Why do I put it into attack? So I can make this godforsaken mode go quicker. That's why I put it into attack. Oh, so you move to the next piece on the board game. You move to the next piece. And then you fight. Oh, that's all you do? Repeat that for 7 hours. Because that's about how long it's going to take for you to beat this mode. It takes about 7 hours to beat this mode. You could probably do a little bit quicker, or way longer if you want to do everything optional. But yeah, that's the whole mode. And then you get stuff along the way. You get skins and stuff which are randomly generated. So overall, the mode is just worse than Towers of Time, because Towers of Time had boss fights that were co-op. You can play them online. You can have literally like 3 people on one team. This game has no online in Invasions at all. It's all single player, and it's all really boring. So yeah, Invasion is just a step down. There's no crypt out. See, because it looks like the crypt, so they're calling this an evolution of the crypt, but it's really not. So no crypt, a worse version of Towers of Time, worse version of online, better story mode. Don't even get me started on the customization in this game. The customization in this game is worse than MK11. In MK11, you can change your skin, you can change your intro, you can change your outro, and you can change 3 pieces of gear on your character. In this game, you can only change your skin and 1 piece of gear. Meaning, you see those little gauntlets on Shang Tsung right there? That's the only part of him you can customize. If you want to customize the rest of him, it's an entire skin you have to change. So, a character like Melina, who is a ninja, you know, she's a classic ninja, you can't change her mask. The only way to change her mask is to get a skin that changes her mask. But obviously that would change her entire character as well. You can only customize her weapons, which is really dumb. But some characters, like Reptile, you could customize their mask, you know. But in MK11, for Scorpion, for example, you can customize Scorpion's sword, his mask, and his spear in MK11. In MK1, you can only customize his mask. If you want to change any other part, it's a part of the skin entirely. So yeah, customization is worse. There's no intros or outros that you can customize in MK1 as well. So, when you look at the facts, okay, and I love this game. I think this game is way more fun than MK11 ever was. But when you look at the facts, you look at the value of the game as a whole, you look at the $70 price tag, which is $10 more than MK11 was. This game is worse in almost every way. The only two things that this game is better in is gameplay and story mode. You know, which is why I give it a 10 out of 10, because this gameplay is amazing and it's addicting. But as on a professional score level, you can't give this game a high score when you look at everything the last game has done. And Ed Boon himself stated that you'll see why this game took longer to make than any Mortal Kombat game. Because if you don't know, this game actually took 2 times the length to create than any other Mortal Kombat game. Most Mortal Kombat games come out in 2 years. This game came out in 4 years. So, double the development time with half the content. Make it make sense, you know? Make it make sense. Overall, I love this game, and I'm going to play this game for a very long time, way more than I played MK11. But as a consumer, if you're someone who doesn't really care about getting better at this game, you know, all you want to do, you just want to mess around for a little bit, it's a worse game than MK11 in every aspect, you know. So for me personally, I really like this game, and I would give it a 10 out of 10, because there's just so much to do gameplay-wise that MK11 didn't offer. But as an overall package, if you're a casual guy who's just gonna hop in, mess around a little bit, I mean, just know that you're getting less than MK11 in every aspect. Which is why I have to give the game a 7. Which it does hurt me to give this game a 7, because I think it's amazing and so much better than MK11. But again, it's just a 7. So let me know how you feel about this. Let me know if there's anything I missed. And yeah, you know, like, subscribe, and yeah. Again, just let me know if you agree with this score. And peace.